Hi, hello everyone. Hello, hello.
Hello, Sri. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Good
Shri.
afternoon. And
Hello.
Good morning, Shri.
Hi, hello.
hey, hey. Um, Good to see you all. Today it's a good day where you all took some exam. How was the experience writing this exam?
That's good. It's an
Good.
achievement, isn't it?
Okay, today this is a monthly exam we have for our team where people can practice in a time-bound question paper. Because one thing what we found is when they go to main exam, they get into this a panic mode when you say it's an exam mode. So want to see that how can we people get this rhythm or practiced before they go to main exam. So first, good wishes for the people who took the exam today because we will analyze this questions. Before that, we have this Sunday prayers procedure where we go through the people who successfully cleared the exam recently. I have a couple of them already here. And then we listen to the people who are getting to the exam, then we see some question papers. People who took exams on this 40 questions, just now you did now, note down some questions which we can discuss after we complete the success story discussions. So let's look at Jansi and Prajesh Kumar, who cleared PMP recently. First, congratulations for both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shri.
Great, great. All right, let's listen to them. How many days back you cleared the exam? Maybe both of you should be in the same week time, right? This week. Let me listen to Pradeep. Pradeep,
Yeah, it was on 4th of June, Thursday, or 5th of June.
Okay, nice to know. Good to know. Good to know. Which city you are from, Pradeep? You took the exam?
Pune. I'm from Pune.
Pune. Pune. Okay, was the center things are good?
Yeah,
When
it
you
was
did?
really good. It's like,
Okay.
no, it was more structured and organized the way, more than the way I expected.
Okay. Nice to know.
Yeah.
Nice to know. Good to know. Chancy, which city you are from?
I'm from Mumbai.
Mumbai. Okay, good. How is it there? Inter-based exam?
It was strict. I reached an hour earlier and there was a seat available. So they allowed me to start my exam earlier if I wanted to, which was nice.
Okay. How early you started rather than your scheduled one?
My exam was scheduled at 1 and I started at 12:15.
Okay, that's nice. That's okay. So that's the advantage, right? When you go early, if the
Yeah.
seat is available, they make you right. But still, did you feel comfortable writing early?
It was comfortable. I had a similar experience. It was more strict than I had imagined, but it
Okay.
went smoothly.
Okay. Okay. Good. Because these exams are not strict like in our board exams. Say 10 o'clock, everyone writes on 10 o'clock. No, that's not the way it works. It's something like the centers, when they have the seats, they allow it to write. But sometime I also felt like this. People who went to exam, then they said, write an hour early. They were a bit nervous when they asked to write early. So what they did is one of the case, the person did not take a sip of water. The person did not go to washroom to refresh him to get to the exam. So what happened is the moment we went to the exam, within 20 minutes, started feeling that, oh man, I want to go out, right? So you carry the pressure for next 1 hour until the break comes. Good, you did it, but I would usually say that when somebody asks like this, go for early, good to go. But yeah, take all your basic stuffs done. You feel good, then you get to the exam. Or don't when the Mumbai metro comes, just jump inside the train. No, don't. Check all the stuff and okay, good.
In Pune, they allowed you to go inside only half an hour before exam, Shri. They did not allow to enter into that
Ah, okay.
campus before that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Which means that the area itself they're not allowing exam area.
Yes.
Ah,
So it's like a room, I would say. It's kind of small office. They won't
okay.
allow to go get inside itself half an hour before. Like,
Got you. Got you. Great. First, great and good wishes. I feel you are more excited, relieved now. The certificate is with you. Did the PMI share the certificate already?
Yes.
Copy came
Yeah.
in. Okay. So you clicked and checked your name, spelling, date, number. You check everything. Okay, all good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's a good way. I'm sure the audience listening here, people are online here who took today 40 questions exam. Some of them listened through YouTube. It'll be nice to listen some tips or your preparation track. Maybe the last 10 days or 15 days, how it was, how the real exam is. So if we can hear something from you, it'll be nice. I would prefer to go one by one so that we don't overlap with what we hear. So who want to speak first? Jansi, Pradeep?
Want to go, Jesse?
Pradeep, you wanna go first?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay, good.
Sure. Yeah, I can go, Shay.
Yes.
The thing is, yeah, it's been quite a while I took a classes, but then I had purchased the house and then few personal commitment that I finished it up. So it's been a bit delayed. So I would say I started focus a lot in last 3 months. Like I was like giving lots of mocks in 3 months. I'm not a book guy, I would say. So one of my colleague, she also gave an exam along with me. Her name is Shweta. So
Mhm.
I had a partner. So, but
Mhm.
she had a approach where she would go through the books completely and then they give a mark. On the other hand, I try to go through the books, but some of it, no, it didn't work for me. It's, it just didn't work for me. So I go through the mock and wherever I go, like where I get a keyword or questions, then I go back and refer the book, then I started try to understand that.
Uh,
In that process, initially I went through Google, certain explanations there. Then I found it like even though you search in Google, you have to use the keyword, like put the keyword and put in PMP or in project management. Then you get relevant word. Sometimes, the open source it misleads you, the
yeah,
descriptions
yeah, yeah. Okay. So it
they
means
have.
it brings a generic topic rather when you
Right,
say PMP, it will go specific.
right. That's the
Okay.
one key lessons that I learned.
Okay.
And in the 3 months, I would say last 2 weeks was, it was highly intensified. I had
Mm.
to wake up like 3:33, and then because it was not easy. I had lots of things to cover it up. My strength is memory power. I tell you, I have very good memory power. So I
Mm.
kind of short of memorized around 1,500 questions. I'll tell you.
Wow.
Uh, the keyword. So you can't memorize all the questions and answers. It's almost impossible. So I try to memorize the keyword in the questions and then
Mm.
keyword in the answers. That's what I
Mm.
try to do that. So I given a 180 mark exam.
Mm.
So that sums up around 1,000. And then
Mm.
lots of 40 and 60. And what are the questions troubled me? I try to copy. So I created one word in a document,
Okay.
the questions
Okay.
which had troubled me, and then
Okay.
try to memorize it. And I tell you, out of 1,500, I got only one question in the final exam. So,
Oh, but good thing is you have the memory of 1500 and you're able to say that from that one question you got.
yeah. But, having said that, it helps you actually. It may not be helping you directly, but in
Mm.
an unknown way, that helps you to relevant the questions.
Mm.
And the one part I struggled was the process. Probably I was good in people management. I'm
Mhm.
very much strong in the business. I tell you, I probably have good business mindset. That's never had issues. But I had a
Mm.
trouble in process. Even the final exams, I think I had a trouble with that.
Got
But
it.
the one thing helped me a lot, like giving the marks. I've given a mark like anything. I, exhausted the 40 marks. I think your website allows only 30 mark exams in the 40 questions, 30, only
Okay.
30
You,
attempts.
you, you utilize fully. Okay.
Yeah, then I
Okay.
came to know after that. Like when I finished it, I exhausted, then I came to know okay, it's only 30. And even though it was warning was given in the top, I probably ignored that.
Mm.
So
Mm.
my approach was I given a mark like anything. It's completely, I
Okay.
relied on the mock exams.
So you did all the
But
stuff. One question, Pradeep, since
yeah,
many people are listening this. So your approach is taking more questions rather spending more time of reading a subject as in the book, but you search and read it.
right.
And now if you want to redo this exam, imagine you want to time travel. So you know
Mhm.
now what the exam is, right? Now if you time
Mhm.
travel, what will be your approach? Will you give a different approach or the same approach?
No, the way I said, right, that with the going with the marks only didn't help. The way I said, Out of 1,000 I got only one questions, but it helped in a bit because I tried to recall. I mean, probably I tried to correlate. It's not only the
Okay.
memorization. Through that process, probably I tried to correlate, but probably have to correlate more. Going through the book and going through the basics is what probably makes more sense. I always believe in that. The basics should be strong. Then only you can build a foundation. But for some reason, I was going to go treat out. I couldn't pass through. I could not, gone through. Then I said, okay, if something is not working for me, I have to do workaround. So I just, okay, let me try some different approach. Other things are not moving ahead. That's what
Okay.
I did.
I got you.
More than
Got
that, I
you.
would say, yeah. But so if I have to give, some advice to the people who are going to give the exam, uh, I would say like you're going to get different questions than what you're saying, Mark. Just be prepared for it.
Exactly.
So you have to prepare for it, and you have to, try to correlate the things with your experience rather than going with, blind words. And also, I can tell you, I'm still seeing, I'm still following the WhatsApp questions, whatever you send it. People are trying to read the complete questions. My suggestion would be not to read the complete questions. I mean, you read it, but you try to pick up the keyword in the questions. Sometimes it will confuse you. If you try to read the complete questions and then try to give rational answers, sometimes it may confuse you. But so in the questions, you try to break it up and try to find the keywords. What's the really question? I think probably she is always talks about that in this, YouTube questions explanations. Try to break the word question and try to go for the keyword, because and also in the final exam, it's, for me, unfortunately, I didn't get any formulas or no straightforward questions. So you try to understand the complete questions, you try to understand the answers and then give it, and then you move on immediately to the next questions. So you do that for 180 questions. It's take a toll on your brain.
Yeah.
It's because you have to constantly switch over, switch over, switch over. So
Okay.
the method I tried was like I tried to break the questions. I just tried to find only the relevant part in the questions, and I try to go for to find the answers. That's what I tried rather than trying to understand the complete question. I mean, you have to do that, but don't focus on the complete, because that can mislead you. Because
Got
there will
you.
be
Got you.
two answers always close to each other. I tell you, probably you can take out the two, but there'll be another two will be always close to the answers. So that's
See that. See
my
that point.
exercise.
Oh.
Also, also, I know somebody would have not, uh, paid us attention. So the way the exam is going to be conducted, like I just want to explain. So you first finish 60 marks, and then you get a optional break. If you skip it and then you go ahead, you can't review the first 6 questions. I want you people to aware about that. And then if you go out and come back, so in the Pune at least, so they checked you completely. You can't take out kerchief, you can't take in any water bottle, nothing. They give you pad and then a few tissue papers. Even though you go and come back, you have to check all your belongings. They'll check you each and everything. So I just want to people to be aware about that, not to get panic on the day. Even what water bottle also not allowed. So want you to be aware about that as well.
Okay. So checking how long it takes? It'll consume 3-4 minutes.
No, not much. Actually, they ask you to take out all the packets from in a packet,
Empty your
including the ticket
pockets.
packets, and then colors. And then of course you are not allowed to take anything like watch or rings.
Okay.
Nothing is allowed. If you have chain, you have to show the pendant. It
Okay.
hardly take a minute or so.
But still, you have
But
to
just
go through the process. Yeah, I understand.
right.
I understand the pain. One question, Pradeep, on the exam part. How was your time management? Because in exam, we have 230 minutes, and
Right.
you are given a freedom. You can write as much time as you want because your break is based on number of questions.
Right.
So when you come to 60th question, for the first 60th question, how much time you would have spent?
I probably spend more time. So I tell you, when I was giving mock, I mean, this is the way I said I given a 180 mark. I never had a time issues. I
Okay.
probably finished like at least with half an hour break, some
Uh,
surplus amount.
uh,
But in the exam, the way I said, right, trying to understand the questions, it was altogether new questions, total new questions that I have gone through or expected. And even some of the wordings also different. And I was, gone through that mock. Some of the wordings are, not the usual words that you see in the mocks. So it takes time to understand. The first one probably took more time, probably 80 or 90 minutes. I'm not sure about that.
okay.
But
90 minutes.
80 or 90 at least. But
Okay.
the way I said, first 60 minutes was really tough for me. So I took a break. I wanted a break. So I went to washroom. I washed my face and then come back. But then second, like 61st onwards, I got a flow. So I didn't take a second break. I just wanted to finish. But towards the end, I had to rush it up. I finished only 2 or 3 minutes spare. Had
Okay.
only 2 or 3 minutes
Okay.
left.
Neck to neck.
But
Okay. Okay.
yeah, it was neck to neck. Yes.
That's a good performance, I will say. 90 minutes and then having last 2 minutes. I think your time management was in control. It's not going beyond control. If somebody takes 100 minutes for the first 60 question, then you start getting into pressure, which means you start
Okay.
mounting a pressure. I think you are in a good show there. Where people lose the time is on this drag and drop questions or multiple choice answers where a question they have to read 2 times to get the understanding, drag and drop.
Oh.
That's a place people lose the time. Did you found more that kind of questions where you drag and drop?
I had a multiple choice question, not drag and drop. It
Okay.
was 2 or 3 multiple choice questions. I mean, multiple
Okay.
answers questions that I got it.
Understood.
But
Understood.
the way I
Okay.
said, if that I was relying more on straightforward and formulas to save the time. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of those questions. So I was relying to rush up the time because that's what I thought,
Yeah.
I can,
Okay.
yeah,
Good. Really good, Pradeep. Nice to hear the performance, and I'm seeing a different approach from you. Rather spending too much of time on the books, you took in number of questions, understand the
right,
pattern of questions. The words which you don't know, you go to Google because now Google use AI to search topic, come back, but you're using PMP with that suffixing. So you get more specific content through which you
right,
learned. That's approach.
right,
But still, given a chance, you will also prefer to read the book a little more in process style so that you will learn better. That's your suggestion I'm hearing. In
right.
exam hall, you're expecting people to be careful and often there's a break time where people has to count the validation time also, which means when you come in, they're
Yes,
going to check your ID card, all the stuff. Calculate that also when you go out and come in. That's your
right,
recommendation. Right.
right.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Good. I'm sure your family is excited. You're done with your exam.
Yes, definitely. And my wife is more relieved than I would say. Probably she also gone through a lot in last 1 week. So
Okay. You didn't take them for shopping, movie,
we know
nothing.
we went to movie yesterday. We went to Mission Impossible. She,
Okay. Is it Mission Impossible or possible?
yeah, it was possible.
Possible.
We went
Now it's
actually.
possible.
Yeah, I
PMP
made
done
it
with.
possible. Yes. No, I would say, I mean, without her support, it would have not be possible.
Of
It's
course.
it's really
Of
taken
course.
a toll on the personal
Yeah.
timing as well.
Yeah, perfectly. It's a team effort as a family effort because at
Right,
the age of 30s and 40s, we are busy at office, at the family.
right.
It's not that straightforward. So congratulations once again, Pradesh
Thank
Kumar.
you.
Really
Thank
good
you, Sri.
job. Celebrate this success. As I always say this, I repeat again for myself. Please apply what we learned. That's more
Sure.
important. I can get a driver license. If I don't drive the car, I will lose a hold of it. So please drive the car. How can you drive the car? One, you can go to PMI chapter in Pune. You can do that. Second one is be active in ShriLearning Elite group. You can even conduct session for the people on a topic. If you feel you want to talk about risk management, you can tell I want to talk about a topic. We arrange a platform where you can come and present. So we're also doing that. So feel active in the Elite group so that you also grow in your career.
Sure.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Cool. That's Pradeep. Good wishes again to Pradeep. Then let's listen to Jansi now. Yeah. Okay, let's invite Jansi here. Hey,
Hi, Shri.
Jansi. Okay, appreciate your patience to wait. I'm sure you're also excited to share your success story. First thing, are you feeling happy with what has happened with your
Yes, very
experience?
happy.
Much happy. Okay. Happiness is all about getting a certificate. On top of that, you have found a routine of yourself, right? Last 2, 3 weeks or months, reading,
Yes.
preparing. Um, After the exam get over, the next day morning, did you got up early?
Uh, I was in the habit of studying late night,
Okay.
so
Oh,
there's
late
that
night birds.
emptiness now. Yeah, there's that emptiness now of what to do.
Okay, so the next day evening, you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So you watch a Netflix movie.
I gave myself a break this week, so I'll just sit
Okay.
and watch some movies.
Okay. So next week, will you come back again to the routine?
Yes, I'll try and learn something else.
Exactly. One thing I learned from the people who go for certification is one success. Other successes, they have found a routine in their life, which means reading, preparing, and challenging themselves. So if you found a routine already, please don't give up that routine. It is so hard to get that routine. There are many people in this world struggling, could not get to the routine. Please don't give up. So do any other learning. Doesn't mean certification. Some learning you can do so that you stay on the routine. Okay. All right. With this, let's listen to Jansi. Jansi PMP. Which date you did, Jansi, the exam?
2nd June.
All right, pretty recently you did.
Yeah.
So give us some highlight of what was your preparation plan and some information about the exam, which can help people here.
So I went through the Rita book itself. I read it thrice.
Wow.
The first time I went through your classes, and simultaneously I was reading the book with every class to catch up with what you were teaching. That was the first time. The second time I went through it end to end. I made notes regarding some pointers that I can go back on.
Hmm.
Post that, then I went back to your videos. I was watching the recordings, and finally, a couple of months before the exam, I went through the whole book just as a refresher.
Look like you did a proofreading of Rita multiple times. Did you find spell mistake in Rita?
Probably might be there.
3 times reading is really a big effort. Okay. By the way, Jansi, you have Agile in your company by any chance?
Yes, yes,
Okay. So Agile would have been a quick reading for you, not so stressful.
yes.
Okay, nice, nice. No, so 3 times reading, listening to the classes. Now come to the question. I know you were in WhatsApp with me of your scores and preparation. I even remember sometime you said, Shri, reading something is getting really tired. I don't know when I read your WhatsApp. Is it you? You messaged me something getting a bit exhausted. How was your scores while you're practicing exams?
So my scores were good. I gave 5 mocks of the 180 questions.
Hmm.
Those were around 65 to 70.
Okay. But are you happy with the score by the
No,
time? No.
no.
No, because the says 75 is a pass score. Okay. This would be the bit demotivating. Okay. Now you went to main exam, you cleared the exam. Now, what is your feel now on your
Uh,
preparation?
so I had an issue actually with time management during the exam.
Ah,
For all my mocks, I went with the plan of 90, then 70, 70. That was the time I had in mind for each of the 60 questions.
mm-hmm.
However, during the exam, my first set of questions, instead of completing it in 90 minutes, it got done in 100.
Oh, you are that person. 100. 100. Okay. And just if you're talking to Pradeep, right? This timing part. Okay. Then what happened? After 100 becomes thrilling.
I took my break. I told myself I need to catch up now on my time.
Ah,
70 minutes won't do. So I decided to do 65 and 65.
mhm.
So the second set of questions, I was very motivated to complete it fast. And luckily, those were easier to go through. So I
Ah,
completed it within 60 minutes. And for the third set of questions, I again took the break, but I was very drained by the third set of questions when I was going through them. So I completed it, but I was struggling to focus for the last set of questions.
bit tired, isn't it?
Yeah,
Tired as it. But I have to appreciate you. Second shot, you are able to do in 60 minutes, which means you are question a minute time,
correct.
which is a good push you made. Look like in IPL, we have this a power play. Kind of, you made a power play in between 5 overs. Huh? That's good job, good job, good job. Why you felt very exhausted in the end? Is it questions are lengthy or tough to read? What was the problem?
I think it was both. The first batch of questions was lengthy. The
Ah,
second batch of questions, I was pushing myself to just complete it on time, just so I don't struggle towards the end. So I
okay.
took the breaks, but I was very exhausted towards the end.
I understand. I understand. Maybe one question to you. Since you work in Agile, you read the books few times. Agile questions should have been straightforward for you, right?
Yes,
So in
yes.
that case, which question you struggled? Is it process-oriented questions?
Yeah, process oriented.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I get your point. So if you want to give a recommendation for people who are preparing, what kind of reading style you want to give them?
So go through the book, make notes for yourself, so it's easier to go back, refer to it.
Hmm.
Try and understand the logic of questions. So what one thing I did was, for every mock question that I went through on ShriLearning, for every wrong answer or the other options which were given in the answers, I went to Google to try and figure out where or what answer could come out of this option.
Hmm.
So, for example, if there were four answers to choose from, three were the wrong answers. I went to Google. I tried and figure out if this was the answer of the question, what would be the outcome?
Hmm.
Because out of the second best answer, why is it not the actual answer? Try and getting the logic behind that help.
Okay. Was Google able to help it?
Yes.
Wow. Is it Google or any AI tool you use?
No, I went to Google.
So you'll put the second answer and ask why it is not the right answer.
Yes.
Okay. What kind of a response you get?
So it would actually give me where this particular answer would be a good fit at.
Okay. Okay. So look like all the mock exams are inside Google now. You educated the AI as much you can. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So that is it giving you some logic for you how this answer should be chosen. Okay.
Yes,
But
yes.
that's a good approach, but you need time, right? You have to copy, paste, and read all the process you have to do. Very good. Very good. Good. So one thing is reading the book very well and look at the wrong answers and understand the meaning of the wrong answers. That's what you want to
Hmm.
say. Why the
Yes.
choice? Very good. In main exam, did you had this drag and drop questions, mathematical questions?
Luckily, no. So I have been attending all the Sunday sessions regularly to hear what other people have to say.
Yeah.
For me, during my exam, I did not get a single drag and drop, luckily. I
Ah,
went through all the formulas a day before the exam. I didn't get a single question around formulas.
that's bad, right? You should have got some formula. You will save time. You will calculate. You don't like you like formula? You don't like formula?
I like the formulas, but I didn't get anything. So, okay.
Right. That's bad. Hard work, huh? Okay. Good. So what I'm observing is even Pradeep said not much at his side, right? So
Yeah.
not much of mathematics or not much of drag and drop coming. Look like it has reduced. Okay, that's a news. And the last few questions, did you had enough time or you had to rush?
I had to rush. I think because I had sufficient time for my last set of questions, I
Hmm.
wasn't really pushing myself to go through. So I was reading the questions again and again, which took up a good portion of time. So towards the end, I just finished dot on time. I had like 1 minute left before submission.
Okay, okay. So when you submit, do they ask some survey questions to fill? PMA
Yes,
ask
yes.
survey questions, and you submitted. And how do you see the result?
So before I was leaving, they gave me a sheet saying whether it was a provisional pass or what exactly was the result.
Hmm.
But again, they would get back after, I think, 48 hours with the actual result.
Hmm. So they gave a printout. In the printout,
Yes,
the statement says you successfully cleared the exam.
correct.
Provisional. Nice to know. Nice to know. Good. I'm sure you read that page a few times. There are people keep reading what these guys are saying. There are a lot of lines will be there. I might clear the exam and tell it straight away. It'll be like a lot of paragraph. One line will tell successfully you cleared.
I messaged Rahul to ask whether I really passed or not after looking at the paper.
It comes to me. Sri, tell me, did I pass or not? These guys are giving paragraph. Because you took already 180 question, you are exhausted. When you come out, they'll give another big question. No, it's not a question, it's a result. It'll be like 5, 8 lines will be there. Very good. Nice to know, Jansi. I know that you are one active person. Keep seeing you in the WhatsApp or every Sunday classes joining. I'm sure it paid you the benefit back. So now you have to materialize it. Definitely apply for the upper jobs or in your company. Apply. I would have said a few minutes back with the Pradeep also the same. Apply what you learn. If not, easily it will go away. If I miss 1 month not using it, it will be rusted. That's how it is. So stay active. I think Mumbai, you have PMI chapter. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes, be part of PMI chapter doesn't mean you have to go there. They have a virtual sessions also. Listen to the virtual sessions. Be part of a elite group in ShriLearning, so you keep learning. So management is not the day when you get certificate. It is from the day when you get certificate. Now only you have to open the book and read carefully. So far you read in the exam mode, right? Now we have to read for the application knowledge. That is more challenging. All right, good. Any other tips and tricks for the people?
Yes. Please time your break. So I was asked to keep a track of my own break.
Mm,
Uh, so I had water, I had something to eat. So do carry snacks because that gives you a little boost of energy.
mm, mm.
And please time your exams well.
Very good, very good. But one question, Jancy, you are not allowed to wear the watch. You cannot carry the mobile. Then how do you time your break?
So before I actually went for the break, there was a clock running. There was a clock actually in the exam center. So the minute I
Mm,
came out, I just seen the time that I left,
mm,
and from there I just calculated 10 minutes. So the minute like 9 minutes was up, I started moving towards the exam room.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. But last question to you. There is an option in exam. We can strike through the answers, wrong answers.
Hmm.
How was your experience? Did you try that?
Yes, I was doing that for my initial 60 questions. That helped a lot because I could eliminate most of the wrong answers. So that
Uh,
was a helpful thing that worked out.
okay. After second 60, did you?
No,
Not right.
because
Okay.
I was working under 1 minute to try and complete
Exactly.
my questions.
Exactly. Why I'm saying this is recently there was a person who took this exam from Germany, a German person. And this German person, what he did is he took this option of striking out color marking. So what happened is it consumed 110 minutes for him for the first 60 questions. When it comes to second 60 and third 60, he was also trying, but it started eating more time. Then he
Hmm.
had to leave it. And end of that, the last 20 questions he could not attend. He missed it. And he lost the exam also. So point here is you have to be careful enough on the strike the option because that looks nice, but it takes your manual effort.
Hmm.
So if anyone watching this video, the recommendation is don't go for every question to strike. There are some question you will feel so challenging. You couldn't figure out. You'll be struggling. Those questions maybe you can striking out because the technology what PMI Pearson using is it is still yet to mature. They're using every basic skill sets. They can improve something on that, but until then, let's not lose our time in the exam. So if see, read the question. If you get the answer, just choose to move forward. If you don't get the answer, somewhere you're struggling, this question you're going to mark for review. Yes, mark it for review. Put a strike of what you don't think as a good answer. Then you move. So that when you come back, you know that these answers I already read, I striked out. So that you can filter out the other choices. For those kind of tough questions, use a strike through. If not, please don't use a strike through. It's killing the time. That's what I
Hmm.
observed. Yeah. Very good. Nice to know. Good to know. So, what are special snacks you took, Jancy, for the exam break? Chips,
Uh,
snack, Lace
I
chips.
took dates, dates, apples, banana, and chocolate.
Wow, look like a breakfast is there. Yeah, it is needed. I generally recommend people to have some chocolates. If you have a sugar complaint, don't do that because chocolates increase that glucose in your body that makes you a little more energetic in the exam hall. If not, you'll get tired. So what happened? Third slot, you got tired, Jancy. You didn't have enough chocolate by the time?
Doesn't look like it.
You should have something in the pocket in the exam. You have to keep eating. All right, good. All right, once again, thanks a lot, Jansi, and good wishes for your success. And once again, congratulations. Go ahead and apply and keep growing in your career.
Thank you, Shri.
Perfectly. All right, so that's Jansi. So we have two people who cleared exam. We invited Pradeep and Pradeep Kumar and Jansi. We had nearly six people cleared exam the last few days. I don't exactly have all the names with me. I believe six people cleared the exam the last few days. Do you have anyone else who cleared the exam online? Maybe I missed to call you. If I missed to call you. Okay, maybe they're going to join the next coming days. I like that a bunch of people clearing exam in the last few days. A few more people say they're going to join the coming days to share this experience. The reason I'm bringing up them here for Sunday prayers is at least one word, one tip from them can help you. I really want to say thanks to Jansi and Pradesh Kumar because Once you're done with the exam, you feel all over, but they step forward and come here to give some experience, which is really, really nice. Thanks a lot once again to both of you. Good. Then let's get into our Sunday prayers program. So people who took exam today, 40 questions, how was your experience in the sense of time management? Is anyone want to comment? 40 questions, how much of time it took for you? Let me listen to one of you who took the exam. Who took the exam? I have Raju, Shivkumar, Kartika, Dharnesh. So what happened there? How much time it took for you?
Shri, good afternoon. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yep. I had the problem, first of all, I had the problem to join the mock because I didn't remember the passwords. So it took me 10 minutes,
Okay.
almost 10 minutes for the exam before I could start. But I could manage the exam in first go, I can say by 9 or 10 minutes was remaining.
Then that's a decent speed you maintained. Very good.
Yeah.
I will come to score later. Okay, let's not go score now. We'll
No,
talk
I'm not talking about the school.
We'll come to score later.
But,
I'm seeing few more people. Neha, I'm seeing you there. Neha Jain. I believe you are in chat for your exam preparation. How was this weekend? How is your time management?
Yeah, time management is okay. I'm able to finish the exam 5 minutes before.
Very good. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. Come to score later. I know you're also working on your exam preparation. Who else I have close to exam? I have Francis, Preetham is here, Yogesh is here. How about your time management? Anyone else? Dharnesh?
I completed 45 minutes. I just took only 45 minutes for this.
Okay, very good, very good. What I'm trying to understand is anyone having a lack of time, which means you had a few questions which you have to rush. Is it situation to happen to anyone here? Okay. So let me assume that you all good in time. So let's go for the scores right now. Was the scores as expected by you, which means you thought this will happen because you did well, or does it went down? How was the scores?
I am okay with my preparation. Okay, whatever I prepared, I got 21 correct out of 40. I'm really satisfied with my current preparation.
That's a good feel, huh? Nice to know. Will you evaluate the questions, Anish, later?
Yeah, I'm just after this call, I'll definitely do it. Yeah.
Yes. Can I request you to go through both, the one which is right, one which is wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, because how sometimes it works is we miss to see what is wrong in detail. I would recommend to see that, and also right as well, because in the right, every question will have justification given there, why it is right. So I want you to read that why it is right also. That will really help us a lot. Very good. Good to go. Then let's see who is getting to the exam. Is anyone getting to the exam in the month of June? You have your date planned or already booked? Okay, not in June. Then July. Do I have someone for July?
Yes, Sashi.
Okay,
Yeah,
Francis, Neha. Very good. So both you have your date booked already? Can I assume like that?
Yes, Sashi.
I've not scheduled the exam, but yeah, mentally I'm planning to take it last week of July.
Last week of July. Okay, so Neha, help me with my memory. Have you started your full exam? By any chance you took any one full exam?
No, not full exam, but these 40 questions I'm doing.
Doing, right? You have completed reading the book once. Is my understanding
Yes,
right?
kind of, yeah.
Okay. Why we have to go till end of July? Why not this month? You have any travel,
Because my
office?
scores are not coming above target, na? They are still
That's fine. That's fine.
that
I believe now you heard the success stories where people say between 68 to 70, 73%.
yeah, but I'm just in the line of 65, 68.
That's a decent score. That's a decent scale. But if you have read the full book at least once, I would recommend you to go with one full exam. One full exam for reason of two things. One is your time management. How is your time management going on in a full exam? 40 question we do after some time pretty well. When it comes to 60, little more challenging. When you go to 180, your stamina will be tested. I would say give a try. It
Okay.
could go well also. Yeah. And let's decide based on that. Should we really wait for July? We can even plan somewhere in the June or beginning of July.
Should I also start reading the book again, or
No. Now, not book reading, read it, Neha. Now, what you can do is, I remember you read the book fully. You practice some 60 questions. You practice some 40 questions. Is my understanding right?
yes, yes. I
Very good.
also did chapter wise. So some chapters I got very good score,
Very good.
80% plus, but
Very good.
some I got around 60 only. So
Yep, yep. So what I recommend now is by beginning of this week or next end of this week, that is next to Saturday, Sunday, before that, plan 180 question exam and let us see what is your score. Based on that, we will plan when should we go for the main exam.
okay,
Yeah, let's
sounds
do that. Because why I'm saying is the more you delay the time, it starts getting dilution. You start losing that focus. Let us keep something tight timeline so that we'll close the exam. Okay. So keep me posted on your exam. Then I'll go to Francis. Francis, what is the date for your exam?
Mine is July 19th because my application date is going to expire on July 20th.
You kept pretty close, huh? Okay, you want to close it. How is your preparation? What exams you've taken?
Yeah, I've not taken 180 questions, but I have tried 60 questions.
Very good.
I'm scoring around 58 only, 58 to 60.
58 you are there. Okay. So how was your reading? Which book you read?
I'm going through Rita Agile and that one more process groups is there.
Which what is your work environment or you work what kind of industry you are?
IT only, Shri.
Information technology.
Yeah.
Is it agile followed?
No, it is not Agile follow. It is like BAU work.
Okay, it's a plan-driven approach in your company.
Correct, correct.
Then do you need to read process if you're doing already process?
Some part we are doing, but not all the process that is there in PMP.
Okay, okay. Because if you read Rita 11th edition book is a combination of a process-oriented approach plus agile
Uh-huh.
approach. It's a combination of both. Of course, you
Okay.
can read a process book. I'm not denying that. But if you feel that's going to eat a lot of your time, I would say Rita 11, read it completely well. Listen to the
Okay.
audio book of Rita 11. That also helps you a lot.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
If you feel time is highly eaten, if your scores are 58 to 60, it's completely okay. But I will say try a full exam because you have 17th is your exam, which means you have 1 month with you. You have to take at least five full exams before you go to main exam.
Yeah.
If I say five full exams, at least start one right now so that you will take 3 4 days or 5 days to analyze that exam.
Yeah. Sure, sure.
Yeah, 180 question will make you exhausted. That day you can't do anything, you'll be tired. And it will take another 3 4 days to analyze 180 questions. So let's give enough time of 5 days or 8 days, and then you go for the next exam. So that you have enough time to complete five full exams.
Yeah. Sure, sure. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Anyone else going for the exam? If not, let's listen to someone else. People who took a 40 question exam, do you have any challenging or interesting question you want to share where we can discuss it? Okay, if you don't have, then I have a question for you. Okay, let's take a question. I'm going to share something here. Let's answer together and discuss about this question. On your screen, you have a question now. Take a moment to go through this question and give your choices. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing an answer starts coming out. Let's give a few seconds. I'm seeing one particular alphabet is coming up more. Let's see that. I'm getting alphabet C as majority so far. Let me see how can we understand this question. Okay. Let me pull one of you to get the understanding of the question. Maybe I'm seeing Kartika Gopal. If you're online and you're in the mic, what is your understanding on this question? If you want to help me.
Yes, this is the question. What I understand is there's a complaint from the product owner where he feels that the velocity of say for the team A is not as compared or good with the team B. So that's what he
Ah,
complains. But he doesn't complain about their consistency of team A.
okay.
Maybe they're doing good, but what kind of sizing they use, what is the complexity, what is the technology used will differ team to team. So you cannot compare two teams.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is team A is not equal to team B.
Yes.
Team A may be completing 70. I don't mean what the 70. I'm just keeping 70 as a unit, some unit.
Mhm.
Some unit, and this team will be completing maybe 100 unit, but still the number wise it looks good, right? B is bigger than A, can't we say like that?
No, this just not numbers, right? We don't know what phases. The question doesn't give you more understanding on which phase are they, any new changes, complexity, team members, size of team members. Nothing is described. Just blindly comparing two teams.
Hmm.
It's not.
Okay, so your answer goes with the C.
Yes.
Tell the product owner that it is incorrect to compare velocity across teams because story points are specific to each team. Okay, so what I'm hearing from you is we don't know what is the resource used,
Hmm.
right? And we don't know what is the complexity of work.
Yes. And also, how do they size it? What is a two-story point for that particular team? It might vary.
So what the unit means,
Yeah.
right? Unit. Okay. On this criteria, I don't want to compare these two guys. Both are different. And we're talking about an agile project. Is this the same for non-agile project? Can we compare like this or can't we compare? Just a very generic question. We are talking
No.
agile right now. Let's imagine non-agile project. There is a road work is happening. Road laying work is happening.
Hmm.
One group of people road laying happening in, let's say, in Mumbai. One group of people road laying somewhere in Pune, which are close by cities. Now, should I compare these two teams? Can I compare these two teams on road laying work? Is it
No.
possible?
No. The place is different. There are no information, more information on which place. There can be traffic. There can be restriction of hours they could work. So
Hmm.
all that differs.
Okay. Okay, I recognize your point, Kartika. So point here is it is not whether agile or non-agile. It is not a good practice to compare two teams. That's a message.
Correct. Yes.
Hmm. Okay, I see your point. Good then. Thanks, Karthika, for the point. Let me see if anyone else want to help me. Bhupendra Sharma, I'm seeing you also online there. Would like to give some thoughts on your answer. I know you went with C. What was your view? Do you align with what Karthika says?
Still like more or less on similar lines, but as per the agile ethic, like it is also unethical to compare the two teams, especially
Ah,
especially when they
okay.
are working on more
Okay.
or less similar projects. So that will go unethically. But to
Okay.
answer this question, when I was reading through the responses, I
Ah,
was actually working on the elimination techniques. Other
hmm.
than C, the rest three answers look not that appropriate to this question. So I
Mm,
prefer the
mm,
C
mm,
option.
Okay, but I'm pretty surprised or good to hear this term unethical. How come this unethical comes here?
Because there is a comparison between the two without even knowing the facts, as on the similar lines what Kratika mentioned. We do not know the exact backgrounds, and then when we are comparing, so probably when we do not have the enough evidence to justify the comparison, probably we will end up in the wrong solutions. So
Okay,
so
okay. Okay, I see your point. Okay, thanks for that, Bhupendra. One more question to everyone in this room. I usually ask people to read the last line of the question pretty carefully because there'll be some story given in the beginning and end they'll ask something. What should the manager do to address this issue? So here it is mentioned as issue. What an issue means? Any thought on issue? What issue means actually?
Problem.
issue means something that has already occurred. So
Happened. Okay.
yeah,
So it's a
yeah,
past tense. Can we say it's a
it's a
past tense?
yeah, it's a past tense.
Okay. When they say issue to be attended, it is something that's already happened. So we are going to fix it. So what I'm hearing here is tell the product owner it is incorrect to compare the velocity teams because the story points are specific to each. So which like we are closing this issue discussion by saying that don't compare, leave it there. Is this a fine or we should do something more beyond this? For example, take full responsibility of team's low performance and compare to the other teams and apologize. It looked like can we say this is not a is it the reason you ignore this answer? A goes out because of the word apology. Why B goes out? What is the reason for B going out? Okay, let me help you people more. By the way, I'm not saying anything wrong with the answer. I'm just going to show you something more, and before I show the answer itself, let's look at this 12 principles here. Now, I heard from Kartika and Bhupendra that it is not good to compare. So, which is a really good point. But why should not compare? Let's read the principle number 1. Okay, in principle number 1, it says our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. How this is going to help me on not comparing team A equal to team B. That comparison is not happening here. It's one of the reason is there is something here in this principle. Can anyone recognize what is interesting in this principle or one interesting word in this principle? Any one interesting word here in this principle?
Early and continuous delivery of value.
Value.
Valuable delivery or valuable software. Okay, why I'm asking this point here is the team A, imagine team A did 70 points and team B did 100 points. And I heard from Kartika that it is, and Bhupendra, we shouldn't compare the numbers. Number alone will not justify. Many reasons were given. Complexity was given. We don't know the team strength was given. Now let's understand a little more top of that. Addition to what they said, when they say value, a team would have done 70 points, but this is 70 points. It's going to fix a hack in the computer or going to bring a specific validation which is much important for this customer. It is not about how many number of points you do. It is important about what value addition it does. It is not about how many hours you work. It's all about what you work, isn't it? So message here is when you say valuable, it could be less a number. A team would have done 7 points or 70 points, but they have brought something very important to the business. If it is a banking related key parameter they would have done the last 10 days. Or if it is a travel agency, pharmaceutical, or some research in automobile, they would have done something interesting, which is only a less number of points because that's a point it need to do the job. Maybe another team, which is B, they did 100 points even though they did a valuable, but they also did a lot of work like a color addition to the page or changing the font to italic or a bold font. Something they did a cosmetic work. That cosmetic work also will charge me points. I will say 100. But if you ask me which one is more high weightage, if I look at generic, I will tell 100 points is high weightage. But actually, it could be the 70 points work which they completed. Value addition is a very high to the business. It's something like this, right? There are some people who go to gym for 2 hours, but not sure how much of exercise they did. There be some people who went for 30 minutes, did a valuable exercise. It's not about how much of number of points, it's all about what value addition you do. And this is a core point of not comparing between two teams. On top of that, also comes with the point which you heard that we don't know the team size. We don't know the story point estimation. We don't know what is the state of work, what they did. So coming back to the point, we don't compare for these reasons. Also, it is an issue because it has happened already. I don't want to carry this too much. Rather, I educate the product owner. Yes, this is the way the team should work. If they really want to understand further the product owner should be invited for a retrospective. He or she can listen to the team, what is happening, and then gain thought process from there. Or I would ask the product owner to listen to the sprint review to see what value they deliver in the points what they're delivering. And that should be the ask. All right, so let's go back to the last page, and the answer goes to whatever you all said. It goes to C. Let's see why it is C. Tell the product owner that it is incorrect to compare velocity across teams because the story points are specific to each team. That's what I heard from them. Story points are relative measure defined each by Scrum teams or sometimes Agile teams. Because of that, it can't be and should not be compared. Should not be. I heard from Bupetra, it's unethical. Yes, should not compare. It is not a good practice. Okay, all right. And that's a question I had today. I was pretty interested to listen from your exam today. 40 questions, something interesting you will bring. Still, do anyone see a question you want to share today, what you attended? Seems all the questions are easy questions.
First question.
Neha, you said something to me?
The first question. I
Ah,
could not understand.
can you bring that question? Let's see if we all can together watch it out. Probably we can solve it or at least understand it. I gave a share screen option to you. Can you share
But
the screen?
I don't have that mock.
Yes, you have the mock screen in front of you.
No, I don't have.
You deleted or
That got
removed.
closed.
Okay. Do anyone have your exam open? Probably can bring that
Yes,
first
we
question.
we do have.
Can you help the bringing the question? Let's quickly see that question. Thanks, Dharnesh. It's a loading. Yes, I see the question here. Is this the question, Neha? Neha Jain, a smartphone manufacturer. Is this the question?
No,
Then
I
it
think is it different for everybody?
could have been shuffled.
Yeah, that is some LPA or something. That question. I don't know.
So once the exam done, you don't want to see the question paper. You deleted the
I,
page itself.
I know I have gone through the explanation also, but I couldn't understand that thing.
Okay, you may have this answers sheet in your email box. Probably,
Let me check that here.
yeah, bring that question. Meantime, let's see these questions. Dharnesh, you have any other interesting question you found today?
I
Um,
think the interesting ones are the ones which I don't know. So I'll not focus much on that. So if I don't know, I have to read and come back. That's the only option.
okay, scroll down. Let's see any wrong answer so that we'll quickly see
There are
before change.
many, many.
Okay, many other, huh? Okay. Let's see the third one. Third one looks a bigger one. Let's see that. Due to resource challenges, a contractor is late with a critical project deliverable. Even though the work is nearly complete, the project must be delivered on time because the next project depends on-time completion of this one. Okay, there is a dependency. There is a 22% buffer in the project budget for cost overruns, but only 3 weeks left in the schedule. How can the project manager resolve this issue? Too much of buffer. Okay, so your choice is use a buffer to look into alternative vendors that can assist the project deliverables and make use of the buffer. Alternative vendor. Okay, you thought alternative is a good option to go.
The buffer is the one which triggered me to go with this. Okay, there is a buffer.
That's a temptation, huh? Okay, the answer goes hold a discussion with the vendor regarding the constructual implications of the slippage and negotiate on time. One thought process on this question, maybe I didn't go too detailed into that. Onboarding and or bringing another vendor, it's going to be an expensive process because there may be a learning curve for the new person coming in. Also, the person has to adhere to the norms of working. There are some complications into that. So going to quickly to another vendor, it's a bit risky. With the 3 weeks left and most of the work done, I'm reading the explanation. Hiring a new vendor is not ideal. See, that's what they say. Since the project delivery is the prime focus. Now I have to give attention to the delivery. I will not work for another vendor, which is a bit expensive. Why I'm saying this is, in main exam also, when I see a question like this, I have to see my constraints. There are constraints like time, money, resource, risk, quality, scope. I'll see these constraints. Within this constraints, 6 constraints, can I move something? If I move too much, what will happen to this constraint? Will my project get derailed? Will my project go better? So I will see in that order. But definitely the word buffer was a temptation here, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you felt like a lot of money is there, let me buy something.
And
It
also this alternate vendors means there will be some qualified vendors already in the
exactly,
bucket, let's
exactly,
say.
exactly. You're right. You're right. Completely right. It could be there. However, it's expensive process because when I say expensive, time, money, risk also is there. Last 3 weeks, if I want to bring another guy, that will be some learning curve. I have to go through these people. I cannot bring them to the speed immediately. So, which is bit expensive, but you know what? You will try this attempt. What you've given as answer is C, but it doesn't work out. I think you have to go to the answer B also, possibly. That may be the last choice, right? But
Yeah.
did we try something with this, guys? That could be the question. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Danesh, for that sharing. I see, meantime, there is a question. Neha, you got the question already?
Yes, yes, I've got the question.
Go ahead, bring it up. Let's see. Probably we can read together. Is it Rahul has already shared on the screen the same question?
Yeah, it's the same question. If we can.
Can you share it up screen so that everyone can read it?
Yes.
Due to labor challenges, the construction project Excel is managing got delayed. Another project got approved. So he needs to start working on it as soon as possible. Are you getting a share option, Neha?
Yes, let me just do it.
Yeah. Just for info, we are yet to see a screen. Neha, you're available?
Yes, yes, I'm just trying to share my screen. Just
Are you
hold
in,
on.
by any chance, you're in a MacBook, Apple?
No, 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 I'm on the Android phone.
Phone you are using. Okay. Then what I do is, if you are struggling, let me try other options. Neha is able to.
Can
Yes,
you
your
see
screen
my
is.
screen?
Yes, yes, you loaded successfully. Congrats, your screen is working now. All right, so let's read the question to understand. Look like 3 answers you have to choose. So one elimination. Due to labor challenges, the construction project Excel is managing got delayed. On the other hand, another project got approved, so he needs to start working on it as soon as possible. However, Excel is facing a resource allocation issue, so he starts reviewing activities to find which activity can be started late and which cannot. On a network diagram, what kind of activities can have the flexibility without causing project delay? Okay. Before we go to this, Neha or anyone else, which chapter this concept being discussed in the book?
Schedule.
Schedule.
Schedule management, right? So in schedule management, specifically plan-driven project. So we put a float, we put a slack. Okay. Then we have three choices. Let's listen to Neha. Neha, what was your thought process here?
First of all, I could not understand what is interfering float correct, what is total float wrong. All
Mm-hmm.
these words I could not get clarity. However, with my thought, I have, deselected the C option.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was one of the correct answer. So other two were right, but this also I deselected, so the entire answer got wrong.
Okay. But as you say that, this float concept was not heavily involved in the PMP exams these days. It is only an ask of a high level. Let me see if anyone is aware of these topics. Is anyone aware of these topics in your reading or in this question? Who is aware of float already? No one is using it? Okay. Neha, you read the book of Rita. What was your understanding on the float reading?
I have not been basically the float is how much you can go you can how much you can stretch your your project, something related to that.
Okay. Float is something which is used as a slack time or play time between one activity to another activity. If in the class is something I would have explained called critical path method, CPM. If anyone remember it, in
Yes.
CPM, critical path method, I would have said that one old man story. A old man want to give a land to his family. So each activity or each project will have different paths parallelly happening. In this, one of the path will be the critical path. Maybe you stop sharing this screen. I'll come to you with some explanation. All right. So what we will do here is schedule. Okay. First, let's understand the basics of float. Then you learn the question properly later. I will leave that thought process. Are you seeing the screen what I'm sharing now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, this picture, this was one of your exercise you would have learned in a class. Let's
Yes, we have.
imagine this whole as a project. This is a project. Okay. So in this project, parallelly, certain things are happening. This is the end of the project. I have to close it. So parallelly, there is a one network like A with B and with C. Maybe this is a flooring work. Somebody has to do the flooring. This is a painting. And this could be something on a doors fixing. Now, this can take 6 weeks of time. This can take 3 weeks of time. This can take 4 weeks of time. Somebody can tell me if I want to do this particular piece of work items, I will say A. After A, I will do B. After B, I will do C. And it will go to charge me how much of time? 6 weeks plus 3 weeks plus 4 weeks, so 13 weeks it's going to take. Okay. Until now, I don't know what is a critical, what is a float. However, if I calculate something bigger here, for example, if I see E and D and C, I will say E and D and C, and it is going to charge me 14 weeks, isn't it? I can see 10 to 14. This I will say that maybe blueprint of the building, maybe floors in the middle of the building, and then I will do some doors work here. Now, the main part I want to convey here is in a project, I may have parallelly few activities or work item going on. However, in this whole set of thing, 14 is the biggest one. When the 14 is the biggest one, we call this as a critical path or critical path for the whole project. I don't want to go too detailed into that right now, but want to give an highlight. The difference between 14 weeks and 13 weeks is I have 1 week of time. This 1 week is called as a float. The float here, what does it mean here is when activity E, D and C are in progress, I can also work parallelly on A, B here. However, I can enjoy a 1 week of a float in this path, which means here the float is the time this particular path can enjoy, which means even you can delay. In this path, I can even delay 1 week, still my project will not be delayed. The reason is my project time is a 14 weeks. However, this path can consume me 13 weeks. So even if I take 1 week slowness in work, still I will not delay my project. And that's called float or a slack. What is a float? By the way, first, did you got what is a float? Float is a slack time. Float is a time which team can play through when they are working on a non-critical path. Only when you understand this, what is a float, now you have to go and see what is a free float, what is a total float, what is interfering float. Now you Google and read what each one it is. Then you start understanding the meaning, because there is some meaning between this, there is a float, and the whole project there is a float. First understand the concept of what is a float, then you start understanding each float, then you read the question. Now you may get the understanding why that question is meaning it. Yeah, and everyone, did you got something on what is the float now? First of all,
The time which the team can play to
yeah,
complete the task.
yeah. Let's put this way. You want to go for your examination by July 24. That's your critical path. Very good. In this, from here to July 24 is your exam date. In between, you want to go for some travel. In between, you want to complete reading the book. You can do many things parallelly, but your straight path is July 24th is your exam. This you will not change anything. You have to keep straight line. But other things you will have some flow to play around, because that also you will do before you go to the main exam. As I showed in this network diagram, 14 weeks is the main. That is a date I communicated to my customer. 14th week, I'll complete this building. But also parallelly, I'm doing wall painting or pasting, some work I'm doing. Okay. There I have some room to play. The room to play is called as a float. Float, or you can use the word slack. First understand this base clearly, but I didn't explain you total float, free float. I didn't explain that. First, I want to give the basic of float. Now read what is a float, what is a free float, what is a total float. Because for a project, we have something. Free is for between two activities. Once you understand those concepts, now you put the question together, you may get some idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. It's interesting topic, but you people are pretty lucky enough. PMI has reduced this question. They're not interested to ask these questions. At least this is base level question. This kind of question is okay. Those days they used to use this forward pass, backward pass. If somebody heard about it, in Rita book, you will see that. Each activity has a late start, early finish, early start, late finish will be there. Those topics, read it, but in the exam, PMI is not interested. They're totally out of it, because these all calculated by Microsoft project automatically. Somebody no need to do manual effort there. Good. Nice then. I think we are top of the time already. Is there any thoughts, questions to be discussed? If not, good wishes for the people who participated today in 40 questions. I would recommend you to please analyze the question, like what Neha brought out. Please bring those questions in the WhatsApp group. At least we'll discuss those questions. We may get some ideas from there. Yeah. Again, good to see you, Rajiv, after a long time.
Yes, Shri.
Nice. So keep up the momentum of reading and Keep me posted on your progress. What is your preparation? How much score you are getting? Let's discuss and close this exam. I'm soon anticipating PMI may announce the new exam syllabus change because
Okay.
PMBOK 8th edition is getting a shape already. They're going to publish a new book soon. And also PMI PMP exam syllabus changed on 2021 January. They're already due. 4 years have crossed. So I'm expecting they may change sooner. I don't want you to rush moment the PMI says. So let's close this exams and we move on in our career. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Then good wishes. See you all the next Sunday prayer. Until then, have a fantastic time. See you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Shri. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Shri.
Thank you, Sri.